My name is Candice.
I'm Debbie.
I'm Evelyn, and today we're going to talk about corporate social responsibility. Let's get started.
Hey, have you guys heard of corporate social responsibility?
CSR, what's that?
Well, I'm not quite sure either. Candice, could you explain?
Of course. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is the idea that a company should play a positive role in the community and consider the environmental and social impact of business decisions.
In the workplace, corporate social responsibility is a form of self-regulation that reflects a business accountability and commitment to contributing to the well-being of communities and society through various environmental and social measures.
In other words, corporate social responsibility is a business model in which for-profit companies seek ways to create social and environmental benefits of pursuing organizational goals like revenue growth and maximizing shareholder value.
Corporate social responsibility is a business model in which company make a considered effort to operate in ways that enhance rather than degrade society and the environment. CSR helps both improve various aspects of society as well as promote a positive brand image of companies.
So far, we spent some time trying to state the spirit of CSR from various aspects, because once you receive and realize the CSR message, you're with us.
There are four main types of CSR. They are environmental responsibility, ethical responsibility, philanthropy responsibility, and economic responsibility.
Some of the most common examples of CSR include reducing carbon footprint, improving labor policies, participating in the fair trade, charitable global giving, community and virtual volunteering.
Corporate policies that benefit the environment and socially and environmentally conscious investment.
Indeed, considered at the organizational level, CSR is generally A study showed 88% of customers say they are more likely to spend money for the company that supposed and engage in activities to improve society.
Once companies implement CSR, the advantages are, for example, they build public trust, enhance positive relationships with customers and employees, become more sustainable, increase profit, and encourage professional and personal growth.
Indeed, considered at the organizational level, CSR is generally understood as a strategic initiative that contributes to a brand's reputation.
Brands are today the focal point of corporate success, and much of the health of the brand depends on public perception of the corporation.
In other words, reputation is key, and owning CSR is a way to protect that reputation and therefore the brand.
While some CSR supporters claim that companies practicing CSR, especially in developing countries, are less likely to exploit workers and communities.
Critics claim that CSR itself imposes outside value on local community with unpredictable outcomes.
Moreover, CSR supporters argue that corporations increase long-term profit by operating with a CSR perspective, while critics argue that CSR disrupts from business economic rule.
A 2000 studies corporate exciting economic studies of a relationship between social and financial performance.
Concluding that contradictory results of previous study reporting positive, negative, and virtual financial impact were due to flawed empirical analysis.
And claim when the study is properly specified, CSR has a natural impact on financial outcomes.
Although better governmental regulation and enforcement, rather than voluntary measures, are alternative to CSR like smooth decision-making and resource allocation from public to private bodies.
We hope now that you more understand what CSR is. It's time to take self-driven action to make your organization more sustainable. What do you all think about CSR?
CSR is vital for company growth. It betters society and boosts business image.
Agree, it fosters employee and societal development.
Building better futures, our CSR promise.
This is our sources of information.